Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So, it's been ages that I've done a video, and I felt so bad this morning because someone wrote me this morning being like, telling me that they felt so bad that I stopped making videos, and I was like, oh my goodness, if people are on Facebook, they know that I've actually been really sick. I've had, and I still do have, a terrible, tropical flu. I've been ill for, it's been at least a week now that I've been pretty much in bed and doing a little bit of work, but really I stopped doing the videos, and I've just been trying to get rid of this, and it's taking a while. It's quite lingering, and so, but I felt so bad when I got this email from someone this morning being, that they thought that I stopped doing videos completely, and they were expressing that they were very sad. So I just wanted to do a video today just to let you guys know that I haven't stopped, and in fact I've actually, since I've been so sick, I've been making such beautiful raw foods that I have a few recipes coming up and some ideas, and I've actually been working on a second website as well. So even though I stopped doing videos for a while now just to get better, been doing, working on some other creative things. So I have not dropped off the face of the earth. I've just been recuperating and just trying to get better. So what I wanted to actually then talk about today is, because I've been getting a few emails from people asking me about detox symptoms, that they're either doing fasting or they're onto raw foods, and what to do about those detox symptoms. And this is an email I get so frequently. And so I want to give 5 tips on what you can do to deal with the detox. And the first tip would be, when someone is going through detox symptoms from fasting or from getting onto a raw food diet and getting off of the caffeine, the sugar, the junk food, all that addictive stuff, and their body is kind of going through, craziness, and they're eliminating all this stuff, and they got the headaches, and they feel tired and cranky, and their energy is up and down, and they're emotional, and their stomach is queasy, and they're running in the bathroom, and they're going through just withdrawal from just decades of bad lifestyle and poor eating habits. The first thing someone can do is make sure that they are getting enough water and enough fluids. The one thing you want to do is sort of rinse that stuff out, out of your body. Keep your body really well hydrated, and almost kind of look at it like you're diluting the toxicity. It's kind of like if you're not drinking enough water or getting enough fluids or eating water-rich foods, what ends up happening is that, it's almost like the toxins, the chemicals, and all that stuff that your body's releasing, it kind of gets condensed in your system. And the more fluids that you get in, the more that you can eliminate things, it makes you go to the washroom more often, everything, that it helps to sort of pass things through your body. The second thing they do to really help with that elimination is to make sure that you are moving around, that you're walking, that you're exercising, that, let's say someone's doing some fasting. Obviously you don't want to be running a marathon or doing any kind of hardcore cardiovascular exercise, but that doesn't mean that you just stop and not do anything. We do need to move our body, get that lymph system moving, and that means going for a walk or doing some stretches, or just whatever kind of activity you can do beyond sitting on the couch or lying in bed. And especially if you're feeling a headache or you're feeling even kind of nausea, stuff like that, move around, because it does sort of stimulate your digestive system and elimination, everything, and to sort of sweat things out as well. So let's say someone's getting on to eating a raw food diet, then really get into exercising and moving around, go to the gym or run outside, or any kind of activity you can do, the better. Third thing would be to also make sure to get fresh air, okay? Especially this time of year, it's winter time for most people, and they're indoors, and if they're dealing with their detox, it's kind of the last thing they want to do is go outside or or leave their home. So, and it's actually the best thing you can do is get some fresh air and breathe in that air. I think one thing that people have to remind themselves is it's not only important to be out in the fresh air, but it's even more important to really take some deep breaths, really become oxygenated, take advantage of that fresh air. A lot of times people forget that sometimes their breathing can be quite shallow, especially if people are under a lot of stress or anxious all day. Their breathing becomes really shallow, and it should be coming from the chest. Your breath should be coming from your abdomen. So that's something to remind yourself here and there, to like take a few deep breaths, especially like go outside in the wintertime and breathe in that cold air and that clean, fresh air, because it can really help to get rid of the headaches, and it can just re-energize you a bit. And also too, in the wintertime, if it is the winter where you are, open up some windows and get the fresh air into your home as well, because you're breathing in sort of like stale air all day, and that doesn't help at all. So it really helps, like even just to sort of fresh air can also just help change your mindset, because not only is detox like a physical thing, but it's also a mental thing. And I think when people feel bad when they're going through detox, then it becomes also an emotional thing. And I just find by bringing in sort of the fresh air and moving around sort of like the stagnant energy, it can really help to sort of switch things up. The next tip I have is, a lot of times people are sometimes like torture themselves, and they feel like they need to go like full on into things. And sometimes if your detox symptoms are really uncomfortable, or it's just all too much, or you're starting to really feel sick, then maybe you should be listening to your body and actually sort of easing off a little bit. So what that might mean is, like, let's say someone is doing a water fast and they're really going through detox and they're not feeling well, then maybe they should move into something a little bit more gentler, and maybe just do a juice fast. Or if someone's on a juice fast and they're not feeling so well, maybe to move from the juices and incorporate some smoothies that has a little bit of fiber. Or let's say someone is on raw food diet and it's just too much, and they're like getting the diarrhea and they have the headaches, everything. Maybe incorporating some steamed vegetables into their evening meal, just to ease off a little bit. That it's not that you have to stop what you're doing, but just taking things down a notch and looking at it that way. That because sometimes you get into like this whole thing, like you gotta do everything like all or nothing, and sometimes it's like that's not what our body needs. And a lot of times these detox reactions could be your body like screaming out, being like, whoa, this is just too much for me. So, you need to lay off a little bit, take a step back and be a little bit more gentler. And that brings in my last tip of, a lot of times people are under the mindset of like, no pain, no gain. And I hate that mindset. And I don't like to use the word hate because it's a very strong word, but I really dislike that mindset, because it means that sometimes people feel like they really need to hurt themselves, or they really need to go through torture, they really need to experience negative sort of process in order to get to the other side. And a lot of times if someone's gone through decades of eating fast food and abusing themselves with sort of a stressful lifestyle and junk food eating for so long, jumping into a 100% raw food diet might be a little bit too much. and sometimes you really need to ease things and be gentle on yourself. So for all you out there that are maybe doing a fast right now, or doing raw foods, or whatever it might be, and you're feeling like, whoa, this is just too much, my body's really reacting, and I've got like chronic stomach issues, or my skin's like getting rashes, and you're headachy and cranky, and you're really feeling like your life is being disrupted and it's really uncomfortable, then maybe take things down a notch. It's all right. Take your time. You don't need to change everything like all right now. You can do things in a gradual way that's much more comfortable and much gentler on the body and on your life, so that you can enjoy the process. because that's what it's about. It's enjoying the process and being a part of it, and not fighting your body, but more like working with it. Alright, so those are my little tips for today, and I miss you guys, and I've been thinking about you, and I'm trying to get better, but at the same time I need to take it easy and just heal from this. There's nothing worse than having like a cold or a flu and tropical environment. It's just it's a nightmare because it just doesn't go away. And I do want to remind you guys that we do have a raw food challenge coming up this coming Monday, February 21st. And so if any of you want to join us and try out raw foods for a week, you do 100% raw. It's a great gentle cleanse because you're pretty much eating just raw foods for 7 days straight. You get recipes, menu planner, online forum, support, daily videos. I do specifically walking you through everything you need to know about raw food diet and lifestyle. And great thing is that we do it as a group, so there's plenty of support. You're not alone, and it's a fun activity, and it's a great way of doing a gentle cleanse where it's not like doing like a juice fast or something like a water fast where you like full on go through a detox, but this is a way where you're still eating foods and you get great recipes that you can make really yummy food, but at the same time press that reset button so that you're getting off of the junk food, off the sugar, off the caffeine, off the fast food, off of just a junky lifestyle. And for a whole week you're eating healthy and learning how to do it and how to make good recipes and have a proper balanced diet. So do join us. Go to my website at www.rawradianthealth.com. Click on 7-Day Raw Food Challenge, and all the information is there. And we're doing it next Monday, February 21st. So hope to see you then. And tomorrow I hope to get everything together to actually do one of my favorite salad recipes that I've been making like every day this week. Since I've been sick, I've been like living off of this one jicama salad. So if I can get everything together tomorrow, I will do a wonderful demo for you guys on that because it is the best. Alright, so I will hopefully then see you tomorrow. Bye!